Alright, it is 1:30 in the morning. I'm recording this tutorial. I apologize if I'm quiet. Today we're going to learn how to decompile a model and recompile it with new textures. We are not going to be doing the textures. I'm gonna be using textures that I already made. They're just really basic, just a solid color. So to start the process of decompiling models, you're going to need a few programs: GM Publisher, Crowbar, Blender, VTF Edit, and optionally Visual Studio Code. We'll get to that in a little bit for the VS Code. Let's install the first 4 programs. So for GM Publisher, you'll just want to head over to Releases and download the MSI file, open it. It's going to say that it's an unknown publisher. It's fine, just run it anyways. And then follow the setup from there. Once you have that installed, you want to open it and then head over to the downloader and then set a destination. So this destination folder, you're just going to click it and then change where everything's downloaded. I have a destination already set up, so I'm not going to do it. Next, you want Crowbar. All you want to do is click this, head over to this page, click the Crowbar, and it'll download. It is just a zip file. You can extract it, and then run the exe file. I've extracted to the desktop already. Okay. So then, next, you're going to want Blender. Download Blender, follow the install, open it, follow the setup, and then you're going to want to download Blender Source Tools. This is how you are going to import your add-on, your model, in case you want to edit it and use it and retexture it. So let's quickly do that. Let's quickly install that add-on. So I'm going to open a new. We're going to open Blender. We are going to go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and then click the little arrow drop down. It's going to say Installed from Disk. Then you're going to head to Downloads, and then click Blender Source Tools, and then it'll automatically install. Then you want to click these 3 lines at the bottom and click Save Preferences. If this is already enabled, if the autosave preferences are already enabled, you don't have to. I just do it just to be 100% safe. Now you can exit out of Blender and then install the next program. So the next program is VTF Edit. Just head to the web page and click the installer. Again, it'll pop up and say that it's unknown publisher, just run it anyways, follow the install process. Setup. I've already installed it, so I'm not going to do this. Same thing with Visual Studio Code. Click it, install it. I've already installed it. Now to the add-on part. Keep these open. You want a model to an add-on that has the model you want to decompile. In this case, we're going to be using Fisher's Clone Trooper base. Next, you're going to open GM Publisher, head over to Downloader, go back to your add-on page, and copy the link to it. After you're done copying it, you want to paste it into this little box, and it'll download and extract it. So now, once that's done, you want to open it, and now you're greeted to these folders: Lua, Materials, Models. This is how the almost all Garry's Mod models add-ons. Garry's Mod add-ons are set up with the Lua materials and models folders. Right now, we don't need to worry about these. So the models folder is where your model will be located. So if you don't know where your model is located within this models folder, you can go to Garry's Mod, have it open right here, and find the model that you want. So in this case, I'm going to be using this Clone Trooper model, this one right here. So what you're gonna do is find it, right click it, copy to clipboard, and then you can paste it in here. Oh, 1 second here. Copy it. Boom. So now you have your model, your file path for your model. Now if you don't know what it's called, alternatively, you can go to your player model selector and then find it, right click it, and press copy to clipboard. And it'll give you the same thing that it gives you in the Q menu. So now what you can do is head over to your the models folder, backspace the models, and then paste it in, and then backspace, removing the .mdl, removing this line of text that has the .mdl. So now here's your folder with your model. Now to decompile your model, you are going to want to open Crowbar. So we're going to open that right now. I have it saved to my desktop. Crowbar. Once Crowbar is open, you want to go to Setup Games and make sure Garry's Mod is selected. And then find where the executable is. If it's installed to your C drive, you don't have to do this. If it's installed to a different drive, you will have to find the game again. Find the game. Next, you want to go to Decompile, and then open the folder that has the .mdl file, the model file. Click it and drag it. Click and drag it to Crowbar. What this is going to do is it's going to set this into the MDL input. Next, you are going to want to change your output to a work folder. So then click Browse and set your folder that you want the model to decompile into. So now I've already created the folder, so I'm going to click it and hit open. Now, after that, I'm going to click decompile. So now we've created the new model, or we've decompiled the model. Now we are going to import it into Blender. So we're going to open Blender back up. We're going to File, Import, Source Engine, and then we are going to find where we decompiled the model to. So in this case, in Trooper. And if you notice, there are two different file types here. We have .smd and .qc. .qc is what brings all of these files together. So in these files is the individual models. So we have our visor, and then this is the skeleton. You'll get the skeleton anytime you import a SMD file. So we're just gonna hit Control Z and undo it and just import the entire thing. So go back to File, Import, Source Engine, click it, and then hit trooper.qc. So now we have our model imported into Blender. Now what you want to do, if you are going to export it to a texturing program, you can hit A, File, Export, FBX, and click Selected Objects. And then click Export FBX. So now you'll want to find where you save that FBX file to, and then import it into your texturing program or whatever program you use to do texturing. So once that's done and you have your textures, we want to create a new model. So we're not necessarily creating a new model, we're just changing its textures and essentially, I guess, copying it. So what you want to do is go back to your decompiled folder, decompiled model folder, which would be here. Yeah, oh, no, it would be here. So Trooper, and let's open the .qc file. So the QC file, like I said, is what takes all these SMD files, and it's what puts the model together. And don't be worried. It looks difficult. It looks scary. Realistically, you're only changing a few things. And let me show you. So this is the model name. So the model name, you can change it to anything you want. This right here is where the file path to that model. So we're going to change it to something silly to, I guess, create something new. So I'm going to do Oreo, or we're going to do AOTR3, Oreo, and then cringe, or we're going to do cookie, or red. Let's change it to red. I can't make up my mind. This is a little embarrassing. So now what we're going to do is copy up to here. And if you notice, there's something called CD materials. Now these are where you find the materials to your clone trooper. So if you want to create custom materials, all you have to do is change it to this. Change it to what you just copied. Oh, I guess I didn't copy it. So change it right here, red. Boom, AOTR3, Oreo, red. So if it has shared, do not delete these. So now I'm going to click Save. And then drag this QC file to Crowbar. So once you do that, it's going to take you to the Compile tab. Make sure your game is set to Gary's mod. If you see your QC input is your edited QC file, change your output folder to work, and let's change the folder, the output folder. So I have it set to the add-ons folder. Let's create a new folder called tutorial. So we're going to do that. Let's just create a basic file structure. Lua, materials, models. So now we're going to open our models folder and then click compile. So once that's done, let's just click go to. So 1 second here, it would appear I made a mistake. So just delete this, continue. You want to just set it to, so we have our, I lost it. So we just made the tutorial folder. All you want to do is click it, and then click open. Then hit decompile. So if your model is successfully compiled, it'll say compiling, it'll say completed trooper.qc. There won't be any errors. Then you want to go back, you want to go up, hit go to, click models, and it automatically made the folders to where your model is. Now let's make the folders for our textures. So we are going to go to materials, and we're going to repeat the file path that we made. So we're going to do AOTR3, Oreo, oh, I spelled it wrong, Oreo, red. So now what do we do from here? So what I do when I'm creating new models, retexturing, and doing new textures is I take the original .vmt files and VTF files and plop them in temporarily. So let's go to our decompiled add-on from earlier. So our decompiled add-on, which would be the clone troopers. Let's find it here. Do materials, Fisher, and trooper. So this is where things are. I'm going to take the body.vmt. I'm going to copy both of these. So body and then helmet. Actually, we're going to copy all of these because it has multiple texture sets and we don't want to break anything. So we're going to do Control A, Control C, and then paste them into here. So now you have your models or your VMT files. So let's open our helmet.vmt. This is where Visual Studio Code comes in handy because with VMT files, this is what tells Garry's Mod where your texture is and what texture you're using. So let's change this to AOTR3 Oreo red. And then click Control S and we're saved. We saved it. So we don't have to do anything from there. Then we want to go to body and do the exact same thing. So we're going to do Oreo, no, AOTR3, Oreo, red, and then body.cs. So this right here is the name of your texture. Now, if you're curious, well, how do I create the textures? I have the PNG files. How do I port them to make them VTF files? So what you do is open your VTF edit. So now that that's open, you want to click import and find your textures. So in this case, I already have it kind of set up. So we're going to import this helmet file. It says P1. It's just a flat red, so it shouldn't change anything. So I've imported it. Now I want to do Control S and it saves as a VTF. So now we are going to want to save this texture to your add-ons folder. So we're gonna go up here and then copy the file path to your folder. Control V, and now it's there. So we're gonna do helmet_cs. Don't worry, we're gonna just replace it, and now our helmet's in. Now we can do Control I or click File Import and go back to your export. Your textures, so in this case mine is Documents, Adobe, Substance Painter, Export, and I have it in Trooper. Now we're going to do the body. So Now that we have the body imported, all we have to do is hit Control S and go back to our thing, our folder, and do body_cs. Click Save. And if you notice, our VTF files are in the folder. Now the reason why we aren't touching or copied the heavy jetpack, specialist and specialist 2 VMTs is because we want to maintain the original textures, which would be in here. So CTNA shared. And that's in the add-on that we extracted. Now I'm subscribed to it, so these are already loaded into my game. So now what you want to do is go back to Gary's mod. I'm in, press escape or press the tilde key, which opens up your console, and type in reload. So what this does is it reloads your game, or, well, your session, reloads your session, and automatically puts your compiled model in. So now all we have to do is search Trooper. And let's let it load. Nope, that is not the right Trooper. So let's just find it here. Let's just do red. Oh, that is not the right one either. Let's see what I did wrong here. Oh, you know what? It's because I created a new add-on folder. So if you already have a new add-on folder in, or if you've created an add-on folder, it's not going to automatically pick up on that. So we want to reopen Gary's mod. Let's make sure GM Publisher is closed, because Steam thinks that when GM Publisher is open, that Gary's mod is open. That is not the case. So now I want to go back to Start New Game and go to any map of your choice. So now once we're back in Gary's mod, let's find our model. So we named it Trooper. And here is our Trooper. Now I made it red, so it's going to be red. So congratulations, you've just decompiled, edited the textures, and then recompiled your model and added the new textures. So I hope this tutorial helps. I know it's not the best. I'll probably make a new one with an actual script and less stuttering. Alright, good day. Have a great night.